Okay, hi, it's Toby from Heavyweight MMA. Lucky today to be with Kai Kara France as he comes up on his main event against Amir Albazi Sunday, 4th of June in Las Vegas. How are you, bro?
Yeah, I'm good. Thanks for having me, bro. Always nice to catch up.
Man, that's it, bro. It was a long, long time ago that I watched you fight, bro, and it's an age to where you are now. I was actually thinking about it, man. It was back in 2012. I always think of things in terms of like school and education, man. I think like you back then you're like a primary schooler in MMA. Then you've done your like 12 years of fighting. Now you're at the elite, bro. So you're like kind of surpassed like a doctorate level of whatever it is, you know. Now you're at the top of the lane of the game, bro. How does it feel? Like what sort of change inside you in that time, bro?
Yeah, it's a good way of looking at it, eh?
Yeah,
I guess just experience, just learning on the job. Like I've taken losses early in my career, even losses now, but I just take it as just experience. Like I was a person to just hold on to things and let that dictate of where I want to be. I just get back in there and go do it. So it's been awesome to kind of know early on in my life what I wanted to do, where I wanted to be, and that was to be in the UFC fighting the best guys. And here I am now, headlining a main event, 5 rounder in Las Vegas. I've been here so many times now that this is nothing new to me, really. So, yeah, I love that I get to be able to do this, represent my country, and do it when I'm ready. You know, I'm not in and out of the UFC before it was the right time, and now it is the right time where things are falling into place. I've got more responsibilities, more, I guess, weight on my shoulders, being a family man.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, I love it. I welcome it, and yeah, I'm more than ready to get back in there.
Awesome, man. Like, just out of interest, the passion, bro. Like, when you start, obviously you're reaching for the stars, you're going hard. It's like a new thing to you. Now that you've done the same thing over and over, kind of Groundhog Day, doing spiders, doing everything for 10 years or more, 12 years since I saw you fight. Is the passion still the same? Is the passion more? Is it less? Where does it sit?
Yeah, passion's always there. Like I wouldn't do this if I didn't want to do it. And what keeps me, I guess, hungry is I'm only now learning how to control all of that, all of those things that come with the sport, which is, I guess, yeah, how to be use the pressure, the moment as the pressure, rather than me being anxious, me being nervous, scared, excited. I let my opponent feel that. I don't feel that because I've done it so many times now. It's like normal for me now. So just getting used to, I guess, um, fight week, the more attention, the more obligations you have, the more people that want to watch your fight. You just block all those things out. Like today, last night I got in. My suitcase isn't here. But one thing I learned early on in my career is always pack your mouth guard as a carry-on.
Yeah.
'Cause that's all you need. That's all you need fight week. Everything's done. The hard work's done, and I don't have all my normal things, but I don't need them. We figure that thing out. Later on. All I need is my body, my health, and mouth guard because I don't want to have to refit it at the dentist. So
Yeah.
we're good to go. That's something I've learned early on in my career is just roll the punches, adapt, and just get in there. It's business time. Don't worry about anything else.
That's it. That's experience, bro. Hey, after all these years, like you're kind of at that elite, like you mentioned, you're in a chess game now. Like you guys, the small things can make all the difference, right? So I was just wondering, like I saw you training with Dave Wood. What's Dave Wood's company called again? Integrated Training, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw you training with Dave Wood doing underwater stuff and all this. Do these things make more of a difference as you kind of already perfected a lot of the other parts of the craft?
No, 100%. Like, actually, recovery is more important than the training because how do you consistently keep turning up, keep giving your best if you're not recovering, if you're not aiding, investing back into your body? And that's something I've had to learn. We come from an old school mentality where it's just, I guess, shut up and train and just block it out. But the sport's come so far now where you have to evolve, you have to adapt, you have to use the science, use this research and data that we've got already and maximize everything. So that's where Dave comes in and helps just kind of calm down everything, quiet, all the head noise, all the not self-doubt, but so many things that come into the fighting, and that's all about your mindset. And he's got a awesome system that we've been able to take advantage of at City Kickboxing and maximize your off your recovery days or your off nights. Maximize how you're training, being efficient with your breathing, being efficient with your movement, and then the visualization that you're doing in the pool, where you don't have to be anywhere else but here right now. All these massive things play a big part, because in a fight, it's who can stay focused and dialed in for that certain amount of time, 15 minutes, 25 minutes, being disciplined enough to be able to do that. So, yeah, there's so many things that we're using and the tools that we're learning to be able to maximize our performance. So he's just a great asset.
So yeah, you're training with Dave Wood. I imagine that helps in difficult positions. Like a couple of fights back, you found yourself someone on your back trying to take your neck, and you remain very calm in that situation. Firstly, because you've got experience with that. You've probably been in that position like a million times. But the second thing is you actually trained it specifically to control your breathing in these situations. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Like, it's about being efficient with how much output you're giving, as well as focus to be able to know that this is just temporary. And I knew that my opponent was getting tired, so I could hear his breathing, hear him, trying to get the finish, and he couldn't, and that's what broke him. So I guess just staying in it, staying in these chess matches where eventually you're going to come out on top. So yeah, there's something that we've worked on, not just technically, but the mindset wise of that championship mindset. You got to be able to go to those uncomfortable positions to be able to get out of them. And if I'm willing to go to sleep before I tap, that's how far I'm willing to go to win. And it's the small wins. In training, we do it a lot where we're constantly competing, constantly testing ourselves. And those little wins make up for the bigger wins, which is in the fight, where you've got all this momentum because you've been constantly winning for the last 12 weeks. So it's just a habit. So when you're in the cage, you're doing nothing that you're not used to, just going out there and earning everything. So, yeah, I've done that this camp.
Sick, man. And Dave talked about like gears of breathing, like different levels, like holding it back and sort of increasing when you need to. Like, is that something that actually contributes to I've heard you've got like great work output and work ethic in the gym, like one of the hardest workers in there, bro. Does that help you using like actually controlling your breathing to a certain level when you're training and fighting?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. You got a minute to recover in between the round. And one thing I've always pride myself on is being the fittest in the gym. I've got to be, as a flyweight, we've got to be fit. We have to be ready to go the whole 3 rounds or 5 rounds. That's just a given. So when I'm in training, I don't leave anything left in the tank. I have to go all out. So when it's fight night, that's where the confidence comes, because I know I don't get tired anymore. I know that there's nowhere this guy's going to push me where I haven't been before, and that's a great place to be when okay, I can go all out and know that I can recover, and I don't need because in a championship fight, nothing's guaranteed. You're not guaranteed you're going to go 4 rounds, 5 rounds. So you can't reserve yourself. You can't play it safe. So yeah, it's another thing that we train for at our gym, and that's what we've been doing.
That's it, man. And you just mentioned championship mentality before. Like, it must be difficult at your level. Like, you've got so many setbacks and challenges to deal with. Like, you fought for the flyweight interim title before. You've had injuries. You're coming up against killers that people are thinking you're going to lose against. Like, does that wear on you, man? Does that like take it out of you, or it just kind of builds you and make you stronger?
Yeah, it would be tough if you weren't, I guess, ready to. You're alone in there, right? But you have a team to build, and constantly, daily, I'm reminded that this works because I got a teammate like Izzy, like Dan, like Alex, especially Izzy in his last performance. Just
Yeah, how
shows
good is that?
what you can do when you believe in yourself, when you hold on to that hope, when you have that fighting spirit. So I'm constantly reminded that the system that we have in place at City Kickboxing, this works. So what more inspiration do you need to be able to know that I can still win a world title when my teammates just gone out and did it against a guy
Yeah,
that's
bro.
beaten him 3 times and um, still managed to shock the world and do it the way he did is probably one of the biggest sporting moments of this generation. It's just yeah, it's hard to believe that that actually happened because of the storyline, because of the build up,
Yeah,
and just the way the knockout happened. Um, yeah, it was just inspiring, and
yeah.
that's the momentum I'm bringing into this fight is just that self confidence, that belief, that hope that you hold on to, that we're able to do this, and I'm in a great place.
Yeah, bro, that was inspirational, not just to you being from his gym. That was inspirational to everyone. Fuck me,
Mm.
the way he handled it, the way he finished it, these words afterwards, man, super inspirational. If you're from the Southern Hemisphere, Oceanic region, you weren't inspired by that, you're a fuckwit. So anyway, that was
Yeah,
inspirational. Yeah,
hard out.
awesome, bro. And bro, you're handling your role in MMA, making a bigger picture for yourself, right? You've got your clothing line out, clothing KKF line, pretty sick stuff, man. You've got a great YouTube channel, Kai Kara France, nice production and everything. Obviously, you're paying attention to the bigger picture, not just fighting, right? Creating a kind of brand for yourself, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. You got to maximize all your opportunities. And this is just stuff on the side. This stuff can slowly grow, get traction, and I've got a platform, so I'm just maximizing everything. But then out or after fighting, this is stuff that's still going to have life, and can be my priority one day. Another thing that's been awesome is being I had a doco recently done on me on TVNZ, so that's New Zealand's biggest platform um, in mainstream, and we got to break through to a new audience that don't necessarily watch fighting. So awesome
Yeah.
to kind of put spotlight on, I guess, mixed martial arts and combat sport in New Zealand. How I got to this point in my career, I haven't just woken up one day and decided I want to be in the UFC. It's so many setbacks, so many things that had to time perfectly for me to be here and be able to do
Yeah.
this. So also humanizing, what I'm doing. I'm a father, I'm a husband, and how I balance all these things. People get to get a glimpse and insight into my world. My wife got to speak. My mum and dad, my brother, my coaches, my teammates. They all had a say, and that was quite daunting to be able to
Yeah.
be open and honest. And when people, telling the camera what they think of you. I wasn't there for those interviews, so the first time seeing it was when it was on TV. So, yeah, something that's awesome that we get to kind of break through to bring new people along the way, bring a new audience into the sport that don't necessarily watch. And now, I've got a fight in front of me, and they're on board the journey
Yeah. Yeah.
as a fan and as a supporter. So. Been awesome to be able to break down those barriers and I guess put mixed martial arts in the spotlight in New Zealand.
Yeah, man, it's good to have all these things too, bro, for your legacy. Your kids can grow up and watch that and the people around him when you're at your peak and that. You're only 30 years old, bro. I wanted to ask you, like, what's your goal, bro? 2023, 2024? Obviously, you'd be chasing the title, right?
Yeah, I've got a goals list on my office that I am constantly reminded of what is the goals this year and ticking off that checklist. My goal this year was to fight twice,
Yep.
and to win by knockout and to get back in title contention. And that's the plan, and that's how I see it. When I'm constantly reminded, I'm manifesting this, and I'm working towards it every day. So that's what I see happening Saturday. Me going out there, putting on a performance, putting on a show, and reminding everyone I'm one of the best. And just doing it one fight at a time. So I'm not overlooking my opponent, not looking past how or who I'm going to fight next to win the title. It's just what's here right in front of me, and the best way to, I guess, make everyone excited about my comeback is to go out there and just put on a show. So that's the goal this year.
That's it, man. And Amir, the Prince Albazi, hasn't been stopped. Are you the man to take him out, bro?
The style we've seen before, this wrestler, grappler, trying to take me down. We've fought these guys before, so I welcome the challenge. I welcome, the confidence that he has, the momentum that he has, because I'm here to take it. I'm here to take all the hype and put my title run back in full swing. So, I bring it. That's all I can say.
See, bro, that's awesome. Man, thanks so much for your time. I know you'd be getting harassed so much. I tried to stay away from too many questions about the fighter and the fight because I imagine this week you're going to get smashed, bro. So thanks so much for your time, bro. I appreciate it. Big fan. Like I said, I got a son called Kai, partly named after you, bro. So big respect. Been following your journey. Very happy to see you successful, man.
No, I always appreciate your time, Toby. And tell your son I say hi and enjoy the fights this weekend.
He'll be stoked. Thanks, bro. He's doing BJJ, bro, and he's doing a little bit of kickboxing with me. So, he's going to follow in your footsteps.
Perfect.
Another strong Kai later.
That's it, bro. Join the club. I'll hopefully see him in the UFC.
That's it, bro. Maybe. You said it to me before. He was watching with me and he goes, Dad, one day you might look at me on the screen of the UFC. Yeah, it's funny.
No, that's cool.
Hey, bro, and these ones, if you're keen, I know you're trying to reduce your section, but these, mate, they're sitting there, 9s, SB dunks, Jordan 4s. You want them or not?
If you want to send them out, bro, for sure. Like,
I don't mind, no problem, bro.
It's a really thoughtful thing, bro. So I really do appreciate that.
No problem. Your size 9, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. I'll just send them to the gym, bro, under your name. Cool.
Perfect. Thank you, bro. I really appreciate that.
Take it easy, man. Thanks so much for your time and best of luck on the weekend. All right, bro.
Thank you.